Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into the weekly deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm gonna be honest, I think that this week is actually better than Black Friday's week. Why? Well, yes, Black Friday had some huge deals on the Oppressor, the Toreador, the Oppressor Mark II, and all the vehicles that everybody wants to buy. However, this week, there are huge buffs to making money. First of all, your nightclub is going to make double money on its product side. That is huge. That means instead of making $62,500 every hour, now you're going to be making upwards of $120,000 every hour with your nightclub gathering product, basically for free. I mean, that is so nice. So that is the first thing. As well, the motorcycle club is double money for sale missions this week, which means an additional double money for your motorcycle clubs. Each one is also this week. I went over to my Coke lockup. Things got $890,000 of product in it. That is huge. That is absolutely insane when you think about it. So yeah, I would highly suggest to be doing both of those money methods because you're going to be making an absolutely truckload of money this week. With that aside, let us get into the discounts on cars and the two freebies. First of all, being the podium vehicle at the wheel spin. The Enus Windsor Drop. It's a Bentley. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's a Bentley with a convertible roof, and it's a car. I mean, I don't really find it that fancy. It's probably decent on top speed, maybe about around 120, but obviously it's not going to be good at handling, and yeah. So if you win it, congratulations, but it's not that amazing of a car to win, I'm going to be honest. This, however, is an absolutely amazing car. It is the GB200. It's based off the Ford RS200 in real life. Absolutely love this little drift monster. And to get your hands on it this week, you got to participate in the LS Car Meet. You got to win 5 days in a row, finishing 3rd place or above. It's not challenging to finish 3rd place unless you're really bad at racing, but what I will say is that it is going to be a little bit tedious to win 5 days in a row, because obviously that means you got to do at least like 3 races each day to get into 3rd, depending on how you are as a driver. Next up, we have this, the Yosemite. Now, oh no, don't go there. No, right, there you go, the Yosemite. Now this is normally a $400,000 vehicle. If we make our way to Benny's, we can see all the vehicles that are on sale in Benny's. We got the Bravado Gauntlet, the Yuga, the Yosemite, and as well the Traffic-Nero. Now I should also point out that all Benny's upgrades are 50% off this week. That is huge. So yeah, there's a lot of vehicles that are absolutely fantastic to buy, and I'll break into those in just a moment. But first vehicle to talk about this, which is normally $400,000, it's $330,000 this week. Is it worth the price? I mean, it's cheap. It's very cheap, and it's a pretty fun, honestly, muscle car because it's a truck as well. And we also just murdered a whole family of people. But it's a cool vehicle. I wouldn't personally suggest to buy it unless you're going for the Benny's upgrade. The upgraded version of this vehicle turns into a sick, awesome off-road truck, and it's honestly amazing. It looks like a souped-up Toyota pickup. I would highly suggest to get the Benny's version if you're going to of this vehicle, especially because you're going to save a huge amount of money. So yeah, I would suggest to do it. We also have the Traffic-Nero over here. I didn't even realize this vehicle was on sale, so that's why it's shoved into the corner until it was kind of late. So this is actually the Benny's version of the Nero. This is mine, and I think the car looks absolutely amazing. Not only that, but it's one of the best supercar still in the game. I'm pretty sure it makes it into the top 10 on lap time still, which is pretty impressive, but it is just an amazing car. It looks great. It's just an amazing vehicle, and it's based off the Chiron, which is the Bugatti. So yeah, I would suggest as well to get the Nero. By far, I would say the Nero is the best deal on the Benny's website this week, because the fact that you can get it for about $400,000 off, and then as well save 50% on the Benny's upgrade, which is like an additional $900,000. I would very easily drop a lot of money on this vehicle because it's very rare that Rockstar gives you this much money off of just one vehicle. So take advantage of it. It is an absolutely great and stunning looking vehicle. We have another Benny's vehicle coming up, this one being the Bravado Gauntlet Classic. Now this is honestly a really underrated muscle car. Everybody wants to get the Benny's upgraded version, which is sick. It's the Daytona Superbird in real life, and in the game it's the Gauntlet Classic Classic Custom. It's an awesome car. However, what a lot of people don't know about the normal base version is that this actually has one of the best handling coefficients in the game for muscle cars. It's absolutely insane. I mean, that's one thing that just makes this car so enjoyable to drive. So it doesn't feature an absolutely amazing top speed. It's actually one of the slower muscle cars in the game, but it's got a really good wheelie, as you can see, and as well, when you add that into the fact that it is such a good handling car, it's actually a pretty good buy. Now, I would suggest to get the Benny's upgrade version of this vehicle as well, but what I like to do is I like to buy the classic version, like this here, and then I'll also have the Benny's upgraded version separately, because these are two very unique cars that I would suggest to own both versions of. Alright, what next do we have? The Yuga! Yes, the Yuga, I'm not even going to bother to drive. It's a car, it's on sale. If we break into the Yuga's deal on Benny's, we can see that it's, wait, I gotta go to stock. We can see that the Yuga is normally $195,000, it's $136. You're not really saving much. At least the Gauntlet, you're saving about $200,000. The Yosemite, you're saving about $150,000. And as I said, the Nero, you're saving about $400,000. But yeah, the Yuga, it's just not a good deal. I don't even like the upgraded version from Benny's, so I wouldn't suggest to buy it. Now, before we leave the world of Benny's vehicles, I would like to talk about all the Benny's cars, what I think is a good upgrade and what I think is bad. So the Obey 10F, I don't really think is that amazing of a Benny's upgrade. It makes it a little bit wider, so if you like the wide body, it's a nice deal, but you do got to spend still a lot of extra money for a vehicle that only goes like 2 miles per hour faster. The Ubermax Sentinel Classic, I would suggest to turn into the wide body. It's a cheap vehicle as it is at $650,000, and normally the Benny's upgrade is really expensive, but because it's 50% off this week, that's actually a great deal. When it comes to the rest of these vehicles, the Italy GTB, 100% buy, absolutely amazing vehicle. As I said, the Nero, 100% buy. Pfister Comet, I will be 100% as well, upgrading and doing the Benny's upgrade this week for that vehicle, as it's one of my favorite Benny's cars in the games. It's based off just an amazing 80s Porsche. The rest of the vehicles, the Elegy RH8, I would suggest to get the Benny's upgrade on. The Sabre Turbo's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, so as well for the Karin Sultan, and as well for the Bravado Banshee. Those are the ones that I would say are really good upgrade prices this week for the 50% off that I would actually suggest to look into buying. This is the Xeno, so we got to make our way now to Legendary Motorsport. I'll go over all the legendary deals right now, so let's go to two-door. The Xeno is normally $2.8 million. This week it's $1.9. That means you're saving about $1 million on the vehicle. We also got to find where the Jester Classic is. There you go. It's normally $790,000. This week you can get it for $553,000. Take a look at the motorcycles, which as we can see there are two on sale. We got the Nagasaki Shinobi, which is normally $2.48, which is $1.7 million, and as well the Western Reaver, which is normally $1.9, and this week is $1.3. Yeah, it is. Okay, so you're going to save about $400,000 buying the Jubilee. The final vehicle we have on sale this week is the Mammoth Patriot Mil-Spec right here for $897,000, which is normally $1.282 million. So there you go. Those are all the price tags for the cars on sale this week. And well, when it comes to the Xeno, this is honestly a really fun supercar. What I will warn you is that its handling is not very good. It's one of the faster supercars, going around 130 miles per hour, which is incredibly fast when you think about it. The problem is that, as I said, its handling is not very good. And for the price tag, I mean, you're saving a lot. $1.9 million from a normal $2.8 million is, yeah, that's a lot of savings. But you should still keep in mind that it's not going to be a car that's, going to get you very fast from point A to point B unless you're driving down a straight line highway. I would much rather buy a Krieger or an Emirates over this vehicle when it comes to handling, but I do have to say, I really like the look of this vehicle. I think it looks absolutely amazing. It's super low down. I think it looks fantastic. So when it comes to the car, I would not say it's a bad deal. It's a pretty fun, fast vehicle to drive. It's a little tricky, but once you get it down, it could be quite fun. And for, you know, saving about $900,000, I wouldn't say it's a bad deal at all. Just buyer beware. It is not the best handling supercar out there. Next up, we have the Reaver, and this is a must-buy. The Reaver, just buy it. It's the fastest vehicle in the game. Whether you're playing on the next generation consoles or you are playing on the PC like me, this is the fastest vehicle in the game. If you take a look at the speedo, we're already going upwards of 110, 120, and we have to just hold a wheelie, and we're going to keep going up and up, 120, 130, 140, and oh my god, we are flying. But yes, the Reaver is at a fact, over 160 miles per hour at a top speed. It is an insanely fast motorcycle as long as you keep a wheelie. It's also insanely fast to the grave because it is a motorcycle. That is the one reason why I'm not the biggest motorcycle fan. I do love motorcycles for obviously doing the weekly time trials, but buyer beware, you will die a lot more often in your motorcycles than you will in cars. But I would still say the Reaver is a great deal. The fact that you can get a huge discount this week, and the fact that it is such a fast motorcycle, it really is just an amazing buy. When it comes to the other motorcycle, the Nagasaki Shinobi, I don't really know much about it, I'm going to be honest. I really don't. I don't know its lap time, I don't know its top speed. I can probably take a guess, and judging that it's more expensive than the Reaver, it probably has some really good handling, and as well, my guess is a really good top speed. Not as good as the Reaver's, obviously, but I just think it looks really cool. I mean, this has got to be one of the coolest motorcycles I've seen in GTA in a while. It looks absolutely fantastic. The Speedo, unfortunately, is not digital, so you can't really tell the top speed looking at the Speedo, but it's a cool looking motorcycle, and for the discount that it's on, I wouldn't say it's a bad deal at all. My guess is that it has very good lap time and handling for what it is. I don't really pay attention that much to motorcycles, I'm going to be honest. I really like motorcycles, but I only like the ones that sit at like the top 10 when it comes to top speed, because handling's not too important to me when it comes to motorcycles, because obviously you're very easily able to turn a corner like this anyway with any motorcycle. So yeah, I usually go for top speed, and this vehicle, to what I'm aware, does not have anywhere near the highest top speed when it comes to the motorcycles class. Next up, we have this, being a very, very cool Jester Classic. I would honestly say just buy the Jester Classic. It's been on sale quite a few times, and I mean, it's a Supra. How can you not want the Supra? It's a very classic, cliche car, but it really does look nice. I think Rockstar did a good job without copyright infringement making this car look to the original faithful model in real life. It's fast, it's got good handling for the sports class, and it looks amazing. So I would highly suggest to get the Supra. You can see I put on the ode to the original movies on it. So yeah, I like the Supra. It's a fun car, and I would suggest to pick it up. Up next, we have just a couple more cars to go. Put on my brakes, and that is right. All we have left is the Jubilee, and as well, the Mammoth Patriot. I don't know why there's a different random car being parked here every time I come over, but let's get into the Jubilee first. Now, the Jubilee is actually a really nice car. It's, first of all, as we saw, quite a bit off, $400,000 off. But as well, the Jubilee has a very, very nice capability because it's a Monitech. First of all, semi-bulletproof glass, as you can see, so you're not going to be able to shoot somebody in the face very easily. As well, the Jubilee is very fast. In fact, it's a really, really fast SUV. It does have proximity mines that you can drop, as you can see. They don't really do too much. They're just slick mines, so I guess if somebody's trying to chase you, you can drop them, and as you can see, they are a bit painful. But yeah, for the most part, its mines aren't super devastating. It's machine guns. They don't really do all too much. But what I'll say about the Jubilee is it's fast. It's a pretty good deal. In fact, this is an absolutely fantastic vehicle to get your hands on. So I would suggest to get the Jubilee if you're gonna go for the Yamani tech upgrades and everything for like that. But the other problem is that you get this vehicle for free if you own an agency. So that's why I also wouldn't really say to buy it. Finally, we have this, the Mammoth Patriot Mil-Spec. Everybody says how amazing the Mil-Spec is. I don't really find it to be like the most amazing vehicle in the game. It does have good armor. First of all, it's got a lot of explosive resistance, and as well, you can see that it has semi-bulletproof glass on the front, and as well on the sides, which is pretty nice over here, and on the back as well. So it's got a lot of bulletproof protection. Add that in with the fact that this vehicle is pretty good at off-roading, and the fact that this vehicle has a lot of, as I said, explosion resistance. It's pretty nice. Problem is that it's not very fast. It's actually quite slow, as you can see. It's only at a top speed of like 90s, which means that you're not really going to get away from somebody trying to blow you up. I think that vehicles like the Buffalo STX and the Champion are a lot better. I guess if you're going for an armored off-road vehicle, go for this, but for the most part, a lot of people give this vehicle a huge reputation. I don't really see it all that much, but either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And yeah, absolutely massive, badonkerous discounts this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Oh my god, make sure to get some of them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!